So Parag, we can start the session now. Maybe they can join it later on if they're coming.
Okay, all right. So I'll quickly share my screen. You let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Sure, I will just make you the host.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Right, so can you see my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay, perfect. So I'll be, again, we have done this presentation in the past as well. So I would not take much of your time to repeat myself. Rather, I would give you, generic information about KEDGE. This might be helpful for people who would be joining the session later, or they can also see the recording later. But today I would mostly be talking about new things that we have added in KEDGE this year. So first of all, regarding KEDGE, as you already know, the largest French business school, 36 management programs, around 75,000 alumni, 15,000 studying with us at any point in time. So in terms of programs, in terms of size of number of students, in terms of alumni, KEDGE is the largest French business school. We have around 8 international campuses. 4 are in France: Bordeaux, Marseille, Paris, and Toulon. Then we have associated international campuses, which are Abidjan and Dakar in Africa, and Suzhou and Shanghai in China. Programs and pedagogy, you are already aware of this. I would anyway take you to the website after this presentation. So we have around 36 management programs. I'll give you a brief of all the master's programs that we have. I'll skip this program information because this is already available on the website, and I'm anyway taking you to the website. Let's start with the admission or application process. It's really simple for international students to apply. They just need their CV, passport, highest degree, and their diploma certificate, and English language test. And we accept IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge tests. However, students who are from India, they don't need to take any of the tests unless they do not have an MOI from their university. So if they have a medium of instruction letter from university, it's fine with us. Then they need to pay an application fees of 120 euros. For now, all the GIC students get an application fee waiver, so they don't have to pay the application fees for now. 3 scholarships. The first one is called Early Bird. Any student who applies before February 28, we would be giving them 10% scholarship. Secondly, Merit Scholarship. So there are 2 scholarships, Achievement and Academic. They range up to 4,000 euros from 2,000 euros. So basically, they have to write an essay, why do they deserve a scholarship? And they would be able to get a scholarship. Regarding employability and entrepreneurship, so there are 2 options for every international student. They would be able to either apply for employability jobs, or they would be able to apply for entrepreneurship as well. In case they are going for jobs, 95% students get a job within 4 months of graduation. We help them with their personality development, experiential learning, corporate relations with different companies, alumni network of KEDGE alums based across the globe, and foundations. So we have training companies, research opportunities for all international students. On top of it, if they want to go for entrepreneurship, we have around 15 million euros in funding given to international students for their companies since 2014, so in the past 8 years. So these are the 2 options that students can explore at KEDGE, not just jobs, they can also create their own companies. In terms of rewards and recognition, KEDGE is amongst the top 10 French business schools in France, top 35 in Europe, and top 100 worldwide. KEDGE is a triple accredited business school, so regardless of the degree students would be going for, the degree is recognized across the globe. In terms of India, you can see this is the Financial Times 2022 rankings. KEDGE is ranked 38 and 1 ahead of IIM Ahmedabad. Key figures about KEDGE, so 43,000 euros of average salary, 100% students work in international position, 80% students join large companies, and 95% students find a job even before graduation. So KEDGE is one of those schools where people, first of all, they have 2 options, either for jobs or entrepreneurship. In case they go for jobs, 95% students get placed even before graduation. So this was about the brief presentation of KEDGE. Now let me take you through the KEDGE tracks. As you already know, Himali and Avani, that in India, master's is 2 years, but in France, it's 1 or 2 years. However, KEDGE became the only French business school that offers 1 more track and started this year. So what are those tracks? First year is always known as M1. Second year is always known as M2. And there are three tracks: long track, condensed track, and short track. While short track is always for 1 year, long track is always for 2 years, condensed track is for 1.5 years. And how does it work? So let's look at the eligibility. So if a student has 3 year undergrad and less than 5 years of work experience, they would be eligible for either condensed track or long track. In condensed track, they finish M1 in 4 months. They start in June, finish in 4 months, and in October, they are in M2. In long track, it's just like India, 1 year of M1, 1 year of M2. However, if students have 4 years of degree or more than 5 years of work experience, they are eligible for short track, which is only M2. All of these programs are recognized worldwide. All of these programs offer 2 years of stay back visa. Fees, since M2 only has M2, so there is no M1 fees, but in long track and condensed track, they are M1 and M2 fees as well. So in M1, the fees is 8,900 euros. M2, you already know it varies according to the programs. Now, there's one more thing that I would like to tell you. People who have a 4 year degree, they can directly apply for short track. There is no problem. But people who have a 3 year degree and more than 5 years of work experience, they have to go through a process called VAPP. It's called Validation of Personal and Professional Experience. It would be a form available on the website. They would have to fill this form. And then with this form, they also need to mention all the companies that the students worked for, what was their job profile, how long did they work there, and then it would be validated by the jury. It would take around 3 weeks for people who are going through VAPP process. And VAPP process is only for people who have more than 5 years of work experience and a 3 year degree. Because as I said, if somebody has a 4 year degree, it's a very smooth process. They apply, they take interview, and then they get the result. But for VAPP kids, they need to apply, they need to do the VAPP online on the application form, and that would take 3 weeks. This is the new process, and this is why it was very important for us to have a webinar so you and all your associates are aware of this process. This is about KEDGE tracks. Now let's talk about KEDGE intakes and dates. As I already mentioned, 3 intakes: January, June, and September. In January, the deadline was October 31, so it's already over. For June, the deadline is March 31. Applications opened yesterday, so students can apply. And for September, deadline is June 30, so students can apply. Now, which program has which intake? M2, Jan had only 3 intakes: marketing, digital marketing, international business. You were already aware because we were working on these applications. June, all M1 programs are available except sports. And for September, all programs are available. So just to make it easy, if somebody wants to go for M1, they have 2 options, June or September. But if they only want to go for M2, or if they are only eligible for M2, then September is the only available next intake for all of the students. As you can see at the bottom, applications are already open. They opened yesterday, but there is an application, there is an early bird discount as well. It's called early bird waiver. If students are applying before end of February, they will be getting 10% early bird discount. That is something that I wanted to share with you. Now let me show you KEDGE website quickly. Okay, so coming to the KEDGE website, these are the programs. I think you're already aware of this, but let me repeat myself again. So you have an MBA or MIM, it's called Masters in Management Grant Equal Program. Then you have a KEDGE Bachelor, then you have International BBA. On the right-hand side, you have all the master's programs. You have MSc in Arts, Audit, Banking, Sustainability, Corporate Finance, Data Analytics, Digital Marketing, Entrepreneurship, International Business, Trade and Logistics, Supply Chain Management, International Purchasing, Marketing, Wine, Sports, Sustainable Finance, and Hospitality. And let me show you, if I click on any of these programs, if you want to know more about curriculum, just simply click on curriculum and you would be able to get all the information, semester 1, 2, 3, 4. If you click on careers, you can check the jobs which are offered at KEDGE after this program, salary structure, positions where people work in sectors. If you click on admissions and funding, you would be able to see the tuition fees as well. So you can see here, first year tuition is 16,900 for M2, and for M1, it's 8,900 in both long and condensed track. Scholarships information is also available on each program page. early bird, as I already mentioned, 4,000 euros of scholarship as well. This program comes under Prodigy Finance. So students can apply for 10 out of 20 programs at KEDGE with Prodigy Finance. And for other programs, they can apply with one of our partners called GradRight. So once they get admission, they would be getting a financing, they would be getting housing, they would be getting assistance for visa process as well. So that's all about it. Hemali, I think we are good. I have talked about programs, application process, the programs, scholarships, intakes, tracks, and dates as well. So if there's anything else, please let me know.
Sure. You can just inform them about the initial deposits which they need to pay once they get the offer, and about the housing options or the accommodations which are available for international students.
Okay, so initial deposit varies for every program. For MIM, it's 800 euros. For MSc, it's 1,000 euros. And for IBBA, it's 2,000 euros. Regarding the housing, once the students get an admission, they would be getting email from housing.kedge.edu. It is one of our platforms. And then these students would be able to apply for jobs there on that portal. So once they get the offer letter, they apply for housing, they get housing offers, they can choose their housing. Housing options would be both available on campus and in downtown as well. Once they book that, they would be getting housing contract, and with that housing contract, they can apply for visa.
Okay, thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Can you just let us know about the difference of eligibility between condensed track and long track?
There is no difference. It's same.
So
It's
it
only the
depends on
choice.
students' choice.
Yeah, if they want to finish M1 in 4 months, they go for condensed. If they want to study M1 for 12 months, they go for long track.
Okay, fees will be same, right, for M1
Fees
in
is
both the
same,
cases.
course is same, credits are same, faculty is same, campus is same, recognition is same as well.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Associates, if you have any queries, any questions, you can write in the chat box or maybe in the Q&A box. So, Brad can answer your queries.
Better team.
Brad, I think 1 or 2 questions are there in the QA.
Okay, let me see. Okay, so the first question is, good morning. My name is Mrs. Akinola Sarah from Sudan, travels Lagos, Nigeria, 4 years course is the whole tuition system. 4 years. No, it's not a 4-year course, Shola. It's a 1-year program. And for 1-year program, the tuition fees is 16,900 euros. It varies across the programs. However, for this international business, it's 16,900 euros for 1 year. The second question is turnaround time for office. It's usually 4 to 6 weeks. As I said, if somebody's applying for VAPP process, that is going to take around 3 to 6 weeks. But because the VAPP process itself takes 3 weeks, but for students who have a 4-year degree, it would be faster, 2 to 3 weeks. But on an average, I can definitely tell 4 to 6 weeks. So 1 to 1.5 months is what you would need. Next question is Jan intake. Do we have Jan intake is already over. The last date to apply was October 31. Re-education says which track will the students fall under with no work experience? Is it long track? So as I said, if somebody has a 4-year degree, they don't care about work ex, they are directly eligible for M2, short track. But if somebody has a 3-year degree and less than 5 years of work experience, then they are eligible for long track or condensed track. They can choose. Ria also says minimum grades and backlogs and gaps. There is no, issue with the gaps. If somebody has cleared all the gaps, they have a degree, it's also fine with us. Regarding minimum grades, we usually recommend students to have a minimum of 50% in graduation.
Brad, what will be the age limit for bachelor's?
It's 25.
Okay. And you can inform them about the interview process, maybe that student are directly receiving the interview link and how is the process and all.
Okay, so all the interview invites are going to be available on Microsoft Teams. So every student would be applying for Microsoft Teams interview via Microsoft Teams. Number one. Number two, interview invite comes usually in 3 to 4 weeks. Interview would be largely focused on students' background, their profile, their education, their work experience, and then very important questions: why KEDGE, why France, why masters, and what are their job goals. These are the typical questions in an interview.
Prag, about the new process which you told, right? That is, I think, AWPP, right? So that application form, are you going to share or they need to fill it out directly from the website, and how we need to submit that form?
No, VAPP process would be available on the application portal itself.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
So for
it's
June
a form.
intake, it will be applicable, right?
Yeah. So for no, June intake is only for people. So VAPPs. So again, let me clarify. VAPP is for people who have a 3-year degree and more than 5 years of work experience, and nobody else.
Yes. So obviously, if they are going as per their eligibility of the profile, then only it will be applicable.
Yeah, if they have a 3-year degree,
Hmm.
and let's say there are 10 students, and out of all these 10 students have 3-year degree, but 2 students have more than 5 years of work experience. So VAPP is only for those 2 students, not 8 students. 8 students would still apply the same way they have been applying in the past.
Okay, got it, Brad.
Yeah,
And you're going to ask students from all the nationalities, right?
yeah, all the nationalities.
Few more questions are there for you.
There's one question: is IELTS needed? IELTS is not needed if students have studied in English medium. If not, yes, it's needed. Next question is, can you please tell us more about dual degree? Yes, they can apply for a double degree as well. They can do first year of MIM and second year of MSc. So they can do any MIM. First of all, MIM is a general management program, so they can do 1 year of MIM, and then second year could be of anything. Second year of could be an MSc International Business, MSc Data Science, anything. So that's how it becomes a double degree. Priya says, do you accept students over 35 years? Yes, we do accept students, but only in master's programs.
Yeah, and one more question regarding this record copy. Yes, we are going to share this recording as well as the presentation to all our associates. So you can have it with you and you can promote it well when you counsel the students. Brad, can you share us the presentation copy once you finish this webinar?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so one more query is there. Are the internships paid from VIA?
Yes, all the internships are paid internships in France.
You can also inform them about the installment options or maybe the payment plans, that when student needs to pay the remaining fees, after getting visa,
Yes.
or they can pay, once they reach there, or what are the systems.
So they have 15 days to pay the deposit. And as I mentioned, deposit is 800 euros for MIM, 1,000 euros for MSc, and 2,000 euros for IBBA. Now, once they do that, they would have 6 EMI options when they reach KEDGE, 6 EMIs. So they can pay the remaining fees in 6 EMIs.
So partners, please note that they can pay the fees by 6 installments. Okay, but it will be better if they pay the full tuition fees, because we are getting the commissions when the student pay the full fees. So you can make a note of that. You can inform and counsel your students accordingly, that once the student gets a visa, and if he or she is having enough funds, they can definitely pay full fees from India itself.
So I think there is a question which is French classes are there in campus for international students. Yes, all students get free of cost French classes. Can the students from technical fields or IT apply for management course? Yes, students can apply from any field because foreign universities, they welcome diversity. So there is no problem with the background.
Any other queries, partners, you can definitely write in the chat box, or maybe you can ping us anytime for your queries. If you want to shortlist the, candidate's profile for their eligibility, you can definitely share with us.
The question is, will you explain more about MIM Grand École? MIM Grand École is an MBA program. It's a 2 years program, and it's a general management program. It's very similar to an MBA in India. So students would always study for 2 years. Whether they have a 3-year background, 5 years of experience, 4 years of background, MIM is always a 2-year program in which they would do internship in the first year and second year as well. You're welcome. Himali, are there any other questions, or we can wrap
I
up the session?
think, yeah, they are done with the queries. If they have any, then I will definitely contact you for the same.
Sure. So thank you so much,
So hope to
Himali. Thank
receive
you.
good number of applications from our associates for you, Brad, and thank you so much for
Yeah,
your time.
thank you. We are very much looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
thank you
you.
for this
Thank you.
presentation. Yeah, have a nice day. Bye-bye.
You too.